Greetings, Warhammer Quest fans. So I just wanted to give a little preview of the last 4 expansion books that I have put out. And I'll start with them in order of how they were created. And we'll start here with the Pits of Revulsion, which is a Chaos Nurgle adventure pack. And just like the other ones that I'm currently doing right now too, slightly unfinished, what is finished are the basic rules of each of these expansions, and they will include an introduction talking about the various villains, the board sections that are used in the expansion. It'll discuss some history and background of Nurgle and things of that nature. There's a whole section of setting up, but again, some of the background and history that you'll probably most of you be familiar with. We go into the Nurgle congregation in the dungeon, which is composed of these various villains. We have Magarash the Vile, a sorcerer of Nurgle. We have Spews, the Fly King, champion of Nurgle. We have Plague Cult Magister. We have Babonis, the Cursed Troll of Nurgle. And again, it kind of rounds out with the last one, which appears kind of at the end, possibly, as the whole point of this expansion is Magarash the Vile trying to bring forth this plague elemental. And so again, at the end of the adventure, it'll determine whether or not this plague elemental is conjured or not. The Pits of Revulsion's adventures are all in here. So we've got 6 different adventures. We have, of course, the advanced, I'm sorry, not the advanced, but the Chaos Nurgle Objective Room Monster Table. We have all the special rules for Battle 1 level warriors, multi-level rooms, etc., as you would expect. We've got, again, the board section rules. And then we have the adventures themselves, featuring again 6 different ones that you will encounter and play. And I think you're really going to like this expansion. It's got a lot of really great adventures. The theme of it is really cool as well too. On the back, the minions reference table. So that's again the Nurgle Pits of Revulsion. And then we move to Rise of the Goblin King. And Rise of the Goblin King is a Night Goblins adventure pack. And unlike the Orc expansion pack, the official Lair of the Orc Lord, this one features mostly just the goblins themselves and no orcs at all. And we've got a great cast of of characters. And there is one hungry cave troll that will accompany them, Crudspit. And so again, you can read through, the introduction, see the contents, and the various Goblin King, his royal retinue. And we've got, again, setting up with some basic aspects. We have some background on the goblins themselves, talking about Night Goblins, Night Goblin Shamans, Night Goblin Fanatics, Cave Squigs. We discussed the warfare in here as well too. And then we have, of course, the Goblin King and his loyal retinue. We have not just the Goblin King, but the Night Goblin Shaman. So where we have the Goblin King, Grubnub, the Night Goblin King, the Overlord of Fungus. And then we have again here Zonk, the Night Goblin Shaman, who specializes in creating brews. We have Dizzy, the Night Goblin Fanatic. We have Soot, the Night Goblin Clubber. Then we have Crudspit, as I mentioned, the Hungry Cave Troll. And we finish off with Kazi, the Glider Extraordinaire. So a chance to use some of your Warhammer Fantasy Battle miniatures. And then the Rise of the Goblin King adventures, and just like the other ones, we're going to have again, some special rules of when you get to the objective room. We're going to have, the objective room monster table in here. We're going to mention the board section rules for each of the board sections, and I had released this board section before. I have recolored it, and instead of it being green, it's going to be blue instead to kind of more match the flavor of the caves where these night goblins are at. And then we have the canteen, a new board section there. We have the fungus patch, another board section in there. And these board sections kind of pay homage to some of the other tiles that that have appeared all throughout, White Dwarf magazine and other publications. Some of these graphics, have been implemented into this room that came in the Orc Barroom Brawl. This one came out, the fungus patch, I want to say it came out in one of those White Dwarf games that were introduced. I'm having trouble remembering exactly which one at this point. And then we have the adventures themselves. And again, each adventure unique and exciting to the particular expansion, with some cool graphics in there as well too. And then we kind of round it out again with a reference sheet on the back that does have the Night Goblin minions, as well as some of the special rules for some of the other goblins and cave squigs, etc. And so that's again the Night Goblin one. And then we have the last of the adventure packs as far as all of the factions are concerned, and this one is the Chaos Tzeentch Adventure Pack called Labyrinth of Deception. 3 Masters, 2 Minotaurs, and 1 Living Maze. This one's a little bit out there. It's pretty cool. I think it really matches, the theme itself. We've got 3 Tzeentch Masters. We have 2 Minotaurs, Grimhoof and Bloodhorn. That's your 5 protagonists. We have 2 new board sections. I had originally done this one. It has been modified just slightly. I didn't like the eye that I had on there originally. I replaced it with a much nicer version, which I think just kind of pops out a little bit more. And that way it kind of matches some of these other board sections the new ones that I created. But again, same concept here. You got the introduction, you've got your contents, you've got the miniatures that are going to appear, you've got the board sections, just a preview, and then it discusses in here again just the basics on all these books. No advanced rules, no game master adventure. Those will be implemented in the future. I'm just trying to establish again all of the basics. And I want to do all the cards. I want to get all the board sections printed, and then I'll come back to all of these adventures, all these expansions, and I'll add to them. But we've got again just some history and background. We've got the Masters and Minotaurs of the Maze, starting with Danzig Moon, which I actually introduced in the Ultimate Adventure book. He is back again in full force as the main protagonist. Along with him, we have Lashkar, Onyxius. We have the third one, which is Preen Trogan. Preen I had introduced at one point as well too in the UAB with the Ultimate Adventure book, and he is back now, part of this group of 3. We have the Minotaur brothers, who frequent the maze and kind of guard the maze. Can't have a maze without Minotaurs, right guys? And in this case, I wanted to have a pair or 2 of them. As one, just didn't seem right. Again, this went through a lot of refinement, to put a lot of energy into this particular one. If you read through it and look through it, you're going to find a lot of just really neat things that are implemented into there. But we have, again, the Chaos Tzeentch Objective of Monster Table. We have all the rules for the old board section as well as the new board section in here. Some of the rules have been refined and things of that nature, and we even talk about the power phase roll as well too, and how that is affected. We also have some of the adventures in here, which are all very, very cool and very, very unique. And they actually, in this particular adventure, they actually, unlike the other 2, which are kind of like the standard expansions where they don't really connect or anything like that. They're all kind of stand on their own. These can be like that as well too, but I also set them up that you can run them in order. They do tell a story, and it's a very interesting design. If you read through them a little bit, I think you're going to really like them. And again, I really put a lot of time and effort into these. I'm hoping they'll, not maybe blow everybody's mind, but at least I hope that everybody will really enjoy them and see them for what these adventures and this expansion is worth. And again, we've got all those 3 protagonists in there. There they are all together as well too, and then we've got the minions reference table on the back as well. So again, we've got the last of the themed expansions, and then I introduce, which I might do some more of these in the future. I haven't decided yet exactly. I've got a lot of great ideas, but implementing them is another thing. This is the Dwarf Mines. I call it an environment adventure pack because what it does is literally just take you into a particular environment. This particular environment is the Dwarf Mines has board sections that are all included that you would use in place of the regular board sections. And in it discusses, again, the introduction. We've got some new equipment cards. We have a whole section about the basic aspects of how to set up this expansion, how to run it. It has a little bit of background on the Dwarf Mines and different things all throughout the old world. The Dwarf Mine Adventures begins with rules for board sections and talks about each of the board sections that have rules to them. There's 12 adventures in this particular expansion, and each one hails from a different monster theme. As you'll notice, the first adventure here is the Dark Elves, the second one is Chaos Dwarfs, and then it just on and on. The third one is Chaos Corn, and the fourth one is Chaos Nurgle. Every one of them is different. There's a vampire one in here. There's a Nurgle, there's a Tzeentch one, there's a haunted one, there's a Beastman one. Again, so it's real cool. There's the Night Goblins are all in here. So all the different themes again appear in this one, and you would use one particular monster deck, and you would also have some monster events from your expansion, and you would add the Dwarf Mines and mix them. So it tells you how to do all that in there. And then there's even an advanced section. So this one it doesn't have a role-play adventure. I will add that in the future, but it does have advanced rules. And it tells you how to set up, your game for when you're playing past level 1. And so again, we have all that in there, talking about how you can do it as a minor expansion into Dwarf Mines, or how you can do it a major expansion into Dwarf Mines. And I'll just let everybody read through those so you can see how that works. But again, this is an environment expansion, and so it's not, again, it actually incorporates all the different monster themes, and you can actually use it for your own monster themes as well too, if you decided to, and create your own adventures, whatever it might be. So again, you have this new whole set of board tiles and everything like that, a way to utilize them. For some of you, already have those board tiles if you were in the board section print originally, and now you've got not just a few, I think I had like 2 or 3 adventures in the Ultimate Adventure book that you could use those board sections. Well, now you have 12 more adventures to use these board sections, which is really great. So again, this is the 4 expansion books here. These are my last ones for now. There might be more in the future, but for pretty much this is what I've been shooting for all this time, is to get adventure packs for every one of the monster themes, for all the factions that came out for Warhammer Quest, as far as that were introduced in the roleplay book, all the various monsters, and now we have them. So from here I move into the advanced stages of each of these booklets. So look for that in the next couple of years, as I'll hopefully go back and finish all of these expansions, have the advanced rules, advanced monster tables, advanced profiles, a game master adventure for those that utilize those aspects. So alright guys, well, I hope you will download these. They're free. You can also contact me to get a color version copy of each of these, just like you're seeing here. The ones online are black and white. These are full color. If you decide you want any of these, please contact me and we will get you set up, and you get your own copy of these So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoy, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Hope everybody's getting a chance to play a little bit of Warhammer Quest.